It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus. What if I told you that mastering one dark Stoic trick could instantly transform how women see you, not just as another guy, but as a man worthy of respect, intrigue, and genuine attraction? Imagine stepping into any room and having your presence silently command attention, without needing to say a word or try too hard. In a world full of fleeting charm and desperate attempts for approval, this Stoic approach cuts through the noise. It's not about being loud or flashy. It's about embodying a quiet strength that makes women naturally drawn to you, and more importantly, respect you. This isn't just theory. It's a powerful mindset shift rooted in ancient wisdom that modern men overlook. If you've ever felt invisible or underestimated, this video will open your eyes to the deeper truth behind magnetic respect. Stick around till the very end, because the full secret lies in the subtle details most miss. Watch closely, apply what you learn, and watch how your relationships and confidence change forever. Ready to unlock the dark Stoic trick? Let's dive in. Number 1, master your emotions and stay calm under pressure. If there's one thing that instantly sets you apart and commands respect, it's your ability to master your emotions and stay calm under pressure. Think about it. How often have you noticed someone losing their cool, their confidence crumbling the moment things get intense? That shaky reaction, that sudden loss of control, doesn't just undermine respect, it shatters it. But here's the dark Stoic trick. When you learn to own your emotions instead of letting them own you, you become unshakable. You become magnetic. Women, and honestly, people in general, can sense that calm power. It's like a quiet signal that you're steady, reliable, and in control, no matter what chaos swirls around you. Stoicism teaches us that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. One of the greatest Stoic minds said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." The moment you internalize that truth, you step into a new kind of authority. No longer a victim of circumstances or emotional outbursts, you become the master of your own domain. Imagine walking into any situation, whether it's a heated conversation, a social challenge, or just a stressful moment, and feeling completely grounded. Your mind doesn't race. Your heart doesn't pound uncontrollably. Instead, there's a serene center inside you, steady and unbothered. That presence, it's magnetic. You can cultivate this mastery with practice, and here's the catch. It's not about suppressing emotions or pretending to be a robot. Far from it. Stoicism invites you to feel deeply but respond wisely, to acknowledge your feelings without being swept away. This subtle but profound distinction is what sets the truly powerful apart. When you face stress or confrontation, don't run from what you feel. Instead, pause, breathe, ask yourself, is this feeling serving me right now? If the answer is no, then choose a different path, a calm, measured response that reflects your inner strength, not your outer turmoil. Here's a practical exercise you can start today. When you feel your emotions rising, whether it's irritation, anxiety, or even excitement, stop for just a moment. Take a slow, deep breath in. Hold it for a second. Then exhale fully. Repeat this simple rhythm a few times. It sounds almost too easy, but this small ritual resets your nervous system, clearing the fog of emotional overwhelm. Over time, this builds a habit of self-control, training your brain to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Now consider how this translates into respect. When a woman sees you navigate pressure with calm assurance, she doesn't just notice your self-control, she feels safe and valued. Calmness breeds confidence, and confidence breeds attraction. It's the silent language of strength, the unspoken promise that you won't crumble when things get tough. People gravitate toward that kind of energy because it's rare and precious. You're not just reacting to the world, you're engaging with it on your own terms. And remember, this is a journey, not a switch you flip once and forget. Epictetus reminds us, no great thing is created suddenly. You build emotional mastery step by step, moment by moment. Each time you choose calm over chaos, you reinforce that inner fortress. Each time you breathe through discomfort instead of fleeing, you deepen your strength. You become a person who doesn't just survive challenges but rises above them, steady and sure. So make this commitment to yourself now. Begin to see your emotions as allies, not enemies. Practice the pause, the breath, the calm response. Feel the difference it makes, not just in how others see you, but in how you see yourself. Because true respect starts from within. When you master your emotions, you master your life. And that mastery, that's the dark Stoic trick that makes women and the world respect you instantly. Number 2, exhibit confident silence instead of over-explaining. There's a powerful, often overlooked tool you hold right now, and it's simpler than you think. It's silence. Not just any silence, but confident silence. A presence that speaks louder than words ever could. When you find yourself caught in the trap of over-explaining, of trying too hard to justify or defend yourself, you're actually giving away the very respect and authority you want to command. The Stoics understood this deeply. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." It's a reminder that speaking less but with purpose makes your words carry weight. When you start to exhibit confident silence, you shift the energy in the room. People, especially women, notice. They sense you don't need to prove anything, that your quiet confidence is rooted in self-control, clarity, and strength. Over-explaining comes from a place of insecurity. It's that whisper inside you saying, "If I don't explain this fully, they won't get me." Or, "If I stay quiet, I'll lose control of how they see me." But here's the truth you need to hold close. Your value isn't in how much you talk or how many reasons you give. It's in your presence, your calm assurance, your ability to hold space without rushing to fill it with noise. When you stop trying to fill every silence, you start to command attention. People lean in because they're curious, not because you're begging for approval or understanding. This kind of silence isn't about being cold or detached, it's about being grounded. It's about showing that you're comfortable in your own skin, that you don't need to scramble for validation. Imagine standing in a conversation and letting your silence do the talking for you. It's magnetic. It signals strength, patience, and self-mastery. The Stoic sage reminded us, nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. When you cultivate that inner quiet, your external silence becomes powerful. It's an unspoken message. You know who you are, and you don't feel threatened by others, opinions, or judgments. So how do you start? First, recognize the moments you tend to over-explain. When you catch yourself about to defend or justify, pause, take a breath. Feel the discomfort but resist the urge to fill it. Practice holding that space without panic. It's like training a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger your confident silence becomes. Start small, in casual conversations. Let your answers be short but meaningful. If someone presses, don't feel compelled to add layers of detail. Instead, trust that your simplicity carries enough weight. The less you explain, the more you show that you trust yourself and your truth. You can also practice this in your mind before social interactions. Visualize yourself speaking with calm confidence, then letting your words hang in the air without rushing to add more. Imagine the respect that comes from your composure. This mental rehearsal rewires your response patterns, making it easier to embody confident silence when it really counts. Remember, silence is not emptiness, it's presence. It's a statement. It's a shield and a sword in one. It cuts through noise and distractions, focusing attention on you. When you wield silence well, you don't just demand respect, you inspire it. Women, like anyone else, are drawn to strength that doesn't shout but stands firm quietly. They feel the steadiness, the unshakable core beneath the calm exterior. Finally, take this to heart. Your worth isn't measured by how much you say, but by the strength of your character. Let silence be your ally in showing that strength. In the words of Seneca, he is most powerful who has power over himself. Master your silence, master yourself, and watch how instantly respect follows. You have the power to shift how people perceive you simply by choosing when to speak and when to be still. So step into that space, own it. Let silence make you magnetic. Number 3, set clear personal boundaries and enforce them consistently. If you want to command respect from women, and really from anyone, there's a core truth you can't skip. You have to set clear personal boundaries and stick to them, no exceptions. This isn't about building walls or shutting people out. It's about defining who you are and what you will and won't tolerate. The Stoics knew this well. Seneca reminded us, no man is free who is not master of himself. Mastery begins with understanding your limits and enforcing them consistently. When you hold firm to your boundaries, you send a powerful message. You respect yourself and you expect others to do the same. But here's the catch, setting boundaries is only half the battle. The real power lies in enforcing them. It's not enough to say, this is my line, if you allow it to be crossed time and again. Respect is earned through consistency. When you waver, when you let others push past what you've said is off limits, you teach them that your boundaries are optional, that your word isn't reliable. And without reliability, respect evaporates. Imagine your boundaries as the frame of a building. If the frame is weak, the whole structure crumbles. Strengthen the frame and everything else stands firm. You might think, isn't this going to make me look harsh or unapproachable? On the contrary, people, women especially, are drawn to men who know themselves and don't bend like reeds in the wind. This kind of grounded presence radiates confidence, calmness, and control. Counseled, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. When you control your boundaries, you control a part of your world, and that stability is magnetic. Here's the thing, boundaries aren't just about keeping things out, they're also about keeping things in. They protect your time, your energy, your values. If you're constantly saying yes to everything, you risk losing yourself. But when you say no, when you enforce limits, you're telling the world you have priorities, that your life matters. This attitude commands respect because it's rooted in self-worth, not arrogance. How do you get started? First, get clear about your boundaries. What behaviors or attitudes do you absolutely not accept? What are your deal breakers? Write them down. Don't leave this to vague feelings or hopes that others will just get it. Clarity is your first weapon. Next, practice saying no in small ways. The Stoics believed in preparation. Anticipate situations where your boundaries might be tested and rehearse your response. When you practice, your mind gets ready to stay steady. Then when the moment comes, stand firm. If someone disrespects your boundary, address it immediately. Don't stew in silence or let resentment build. Calmly but firmly say, I'm not okay with that, or that's not acceptable to me. This isn't about anger, it's about ownership of your space and your emotions. Epictetus said, it's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things. Your judgment says this boundary is vital. Enforce it without drama, without apology. Remember, enforcing boundaries isn't a one-time event. It's a lifestyle, a continuous practice. The more consistent you are, the more natural it becomes. And as it becomes natural, your confidence grows and so does the respect you command. Women sense when a man lives with integrity, when his actions align with his words. That alignment breeds trust and admiration. Try this exercise. For 1 week, identify a boundary you want to strengthen. It could be about how you allow others to speak to you, how much time you give to distractions, or how you protect your personal space. Each time that boundary is tested, pause, take a breath. Then respond with clarity and calmness, reinforcing your limits. Reflect each evening on how it felt, what worked, and where you can improve. This simple discipline rewires your mind and reshapes how others perceive you. You don't need to be loud or aggressive to command respect. The dark Stoic trick is quiet but powerful. Set your lines, guard them fiercely, and live by them with unwavering consistency. As you do, you'll find that respect from women and from life itself won't be something you chase. It will come naturally, drawn to the man who stands firm in his truth. So start now. Define your boundaries, hold them with steady hands, and watch how your world shifts. Number 4, show value through actions, not words. You want respect, real respect. Not the kind that comes from empty compliments or shallow words thrown around carelessly, but the kind that sticks, quiet, solid, unshakable. The dark Stoic secret: show value through your actions, not your words. This isn't about loud declarations or bragging about your accomplishments. It's about embodying your worth so deeply that it speaks for itself, without you having to say a thing. Reminded us that waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. B1. You don't tell people you're valuable, you live it, you become it. Words are cheap. Anyone can say they're confident, trustworthy, or worthy of respect. But actions demand attention. They carry weight. When you focus on showing up, following through, and standing firm in your principles, you create a magnetic presence that pulls respect toward you naturally. Imagine the power you hold when your behavior consistently reflects integrity, strength, and calm assurance. That kind of value is undeniable. It's silent but loud in its impact. You've got to get comfortable with letting your deeds do the talking. Think about it like this. Every time you choose to keep your word, to act with discipline, to stay composed when things get tough, you're sending a powerful message. You're telling the world and yourself that you're reliable, that you can be counted on. That consistency builds a foundation of respect that no flashy words can replicate. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." It's a call to action that cuts through the noise of empty talk. Start with the small things. Show up on time. Follow through on promises, no matter how small. Handle your responsibilities without complaint or excuse. These may seem minor, but they accumulate, layering your character with undeniable proof of your value. People notice reliability. They notice strength under pressure. And they feel compelled to respect that because it's rare. The world is full of talkers. Be the one who acts. But it doesn't stop there. Actions fueled by genuine self-awareness and purpose carry even more weight. The Stoics remind us to know ourselves deeply, to understand our values and live in alignment with them. When your actions come from a place of inner clarity, they resonate authenticity. And authenticity is magnetic. It cuts through pretension and builds trust. When you act not for show, but because it aligns with who you truly are, respect becomes a natural byproduct. You might be thinking, that sounds great, but how do I start? The answer is deceptively simple but requires commitment. Begin each day by setting clear intentions about who you want to be, not in words, but in the concrete behaviors you will embody. It could be as straightforward as deciding to listen more than you speak or handling a difficult task without complaint. Reflect on your progress daily. Did your actions reflect your values? Where did you fall short? Then adjust and keep going. The Stoics practiced daily reflection because they knew growth demands honesty and persistence. Here's a practical exercise for you. For 1 week, focus entirely on action over words in one area of your life, whether it's work, friendships, or even how you treat strangers. Let go of explaining or justifying yourself. Instead, let your behavior set the tone. Observe how people respond. Notice the subtle shifts in how you feel about yourself too. You'll find that respect doesn't come from talking about what you want to be. It comes from silently becoming that person through steady, intentional actions. Remember, showing value through actions isn't about perfection. It's about consistency and authenticity. It's about cultivating a presence so genuine and reliable that respect naturally follows without you having to chase it. As Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." When you embody enough strength, enough integrity, enough calm confidence, you need nothing else to command respect. So stop talking, Start doing. Let your life be the quiet declaration of your worth. When you do, you don't just gain respect, you embody it. And that's a power no one can take away from you. Number 5, maintain unwavering self-respect and integrity. If there's one thing that instantly commands respect, especially from women, it's unwavering self-respect and integrity. It's not about loud displays or trying too hard to impress. Real respect comes from something deeper, something rooted in how you view yourself and how you carry that truth into the world. The Stoics remind us over and over that our worth isn't something to be negotiated or handed out by others. It's something we own, unshakable and steady. Said it best, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. You have the power and responsibility to live that every single day. Think about what it means to maintain self-respect. It's not just a feeling, it's an active practice. It's the way you refuse to settle for less than what aligns with your values even when it's uncomfortable. It's the quiet but firm voice inside you that says, I deserve honesty, I deserve kindness, I deserve to be treated with dignity. And you don't wait for someone else to give you those things, you claim them for yourself. This is the dark Stoic trick. Respect isn't begged for or bargained with. It's demanded by your very presence, by the way you live and refuse to compromise. Integrity walks hand in hand with this. Integrity means your actions match your words. No facades, no putting on a show just to get approval. It means you're consistent, reliable, and true to who you are, regardless of the audience or the situation. Women and people in general are incredibly sensitive to this kind of authenticity. They can sense when someone is playing a role, trying to be what they think others want. But when you're grounded in your own truth, that sincerity radiates. It's magnetic. It signals strength, maturity, and trustworthiness. You might wonder, how do I cultivate this unshakable self-respect and integrity? Start small. Begin with the promises you make to yourself. When you say you're going to do something, follow through, no excuses. When you set boundaries, stick to them firmly but calmly. Notice how this changes your internal dialogue and how others respond to you. It's a practice of self-honesty, a daily commitment. Seneca said, if one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable. Know your values, know your limits, and let them be your compass. Another key is managing your inner critic and external influences. Society might push you to conform, to soften your edges, or to seek validation from others. But the Stoics urge you to stand firm. Epictetus reminds us, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This means defining your own standards for respect and living by them, no matter the noise around you. It's about becoming your own judge and jury, not harsh but fair and firm. Here's a practical exercise. Every evening, reflect on moments during the day when you upheld your values and when you didn't. What tempted you to compromise? How did you respond? Writing this down builds awareness and accountability. Over time, you'll notice patterns and strengthen your resolve. It's not about perfection. It's about steady progress, like a sculptor chiseling away at a masterpiece. Remember, true self-respect isn't arrogance or pride. It's a calm confidence that doesn't need validation because it's rooted in reality, your reality. It's the inner fortress you build so that external circumstances don't shake your foundation. When you walk through life carrying this strength, you don't just attract respect, you command it effortlessly. Women sense this power deeply. It's the kind of respect that opens doors, creates trust, and builds lasting connections. So start now. Commit to honoring yourself with integrity. Speak your truth with quiet courage. Let your actions be consistent with your highest values. This is the dark Stoic trick, not a flashy tactic but a profound way of being. And as you cultivate this, you'll find respect flows naturally, not from manipulation or performance, but from the undeniable presence of a man who knows his worth and refuses to settle for anything less. Now that you've uncovered this powerful Stoic trick, the choice is yours. Will you let it transform how women perceive and respect you? Remember, true respect is earned through calm confidence and unwavering self-control, not through force or flashy gestures. If you apply this principle consistently, you'll notice the shift instantly. If you found value in this, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep mindset hacks, and share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear how this changes your game. Stay strong, stay silent, and keep mastering yourself. Until next time, keep living the Stoic way.